I mean, I haven't really given this a thought when I'm making this video of myself, partly for self-reflective purposes. I feel that's a very important exercise to do because we live in a mortal world and there's not a lot of time of introspection that has been given to us. But ever since I was a kid, I think at age 13, when I first read a Hemingway book that belonged to my mom, I was reading it ahead of the class. Hemingway wasn't supposed to be read at my age. I nevertheless read it. And then I think it instilled a long love of reading in me. Till date, it has been there. I think all the risks that I took in that teenage period of mine, it was quite influenced by those Hemingway heroes. Hemingway heroes were like, they knew that they were doomed at the end of the day or that they couldn't fix the world. But that didn't mean that they didn't try. They tried to make a change. And it doesn't help to have artists as your role models. I can honestly say that to you. It does not help. Like William S. Burroughs, Ernest Hemingway, Jack Kerouac, Neil Cassidy, Julio Cortázar. Then you have William S. Burroughs, especially. I would say out of all of these people, I'm reading the Naked Lunch, and I don't know. Like, I can say they are terrific artists, they're terrific writers. Then you have George Louis Bourget, and so many writers have come to mind. Like, my mind's overflowing with them right now, but I can't really list all of them because there's so much to say. I find that these artists, these painters like Francis Bacon, Lucian Freud, they're not very good role models to be as a person. Like, they legitimize that antisocial tendency of breaking the rules, but getting away with it maybe because you've earned credence and whatever you would like to call it. But I feel the center of my universe, at least at this age, is me. And it should be, we all should be the centers of our universe. But love and tenderness is what we really want. That's what. Like, do you see the dog that's barking outside right now? People would call that a distraction, but it's not. It's like living along with nature. Distractions will happen. Everything happens at its own. But I don't think you need to rush the process, and I think you need to love yourself, which will then make you a better person that's capable of loving others. At least, I mean, sure, John Cassavetes made movies in which people experimented with love, got hurt with it and whatnot. But that is love. I can tell this is how love is. It never is perfect. But then perfect is not perfect. There's no such thing as perfection. Because why would there be a thing as perfection? We are taught to believe that God is perfect and He's just one. So maybe we are already conditioned to expect that we are not perfect. So maybe the people that have an ego that they are doing better than other people, I wouldn't really call it a God complex or something. Maybe it's a coping mechanism. Maybe it's an inferiority in the inner side, as Adler would have speculated. But this egotism, I feel, it's important enough to survive in the world because you need it as an emotion when things get hard. But I wouldn't say it's the only way of existing. And you know what? About fame and all, I don't want to be remembered famous for being famous. That's not my thing. I want to be remembered for being someone that was exuberant, somebody who lived life, somebody who wasn't afraid. I don't want any sadness about the end of my life or something, or anybody's life for that matter. It's not, I didn't want to be sad. I didn't want others around me to be sad. I wanted to have fun. Okay, and that's what should be reflected in that. That's what. And I think everybody should document themselves like this every once in a while, and keep looking at it as you grow older, because I don't know, it teaches you a lot of important lessons every once in a while. I think that's important. And I think that's all I've learned at 22. Is there more to learn? Yes. Is there more books to read? Yes. Like, many books to read. Is there many places to travel? Yes. Many people to meet. I would love to do all of that. And I am doing that. I feel happy for doing that. And I think all of us just should do that. I think that's all we can do for as long as the time that we are here, because you know, the freedom to assert what you really want to do, what's good for you, I think that's what the true meaning of freedom is. It's not about being authoritative or arbitrary. It's about accepting yourself and accepting others. And I often feel that the bad habits of somebody can often tell you a lot more about the good habits of somebody. Like, ask somebody what their bad habits are and then see how they explain their bad habits to you. That tells you a lot about a person. That's what I want to say. I have bad habits of my own, and I deal with them. But to deal with them, you need to accept the fact that you will have flaws. I've accepted that. And I think that is the ultimate message of life: acceptance. Acceptance and acceptance.